Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory DLC as Australia. Right, now we're down in Australia, we've got a choice to make. And this is not an Australian accent, I am fully aware, by the way. That choice is, well, we're going to go fascist or communist, because now's the time to pick. And I did ask Twitter. Twitter came out just on the side of communist, about a 10-point swing, which I guess is actually more than just. The YouTube comments in the last video, most comments were just in favor of fascist, at a guess, but the most likes and the top comments, etc., all definitely, without a doubt, all favored communist. And also the reasoning was, oh, go fascist because it best suits you, and it's stronger. And the one for communist was, go communist because you hardly ever do communist. And it's harder. And because of that, I'm gonna go empower the workers. Oh yeah, we're gonna go hard mode. Go hard or go home, guys. That's the way it has to work. Right, how's this going? Why are the British units? Oh, they're in Gibraltar. That's fine. I was wondering why they're fighting on the side like the fascists, but you know, whatever. I'm not gonna judge. Yeah, still not got enough guns for them. Oh well, hopefully we'll build up enough guns at some stage. Concentrate industry. Love it. Ooh, 50% decrease in time. Sure, I mean we could do this one, which is only slightly ahead of time. Yeah, honestly I feel we need the construction buff. Let's do it. How are we doing now for... I thought we would have some more factories. We do not. Oh, I guess we've got a couple down here that we can now build in. Yeah. Okay, real militarization of the Rhineland, and France and Britain announced an alliance. So the Allies are now a thing. We will... Oh, empower the workers is now complete. Delegation to China. Can't do this because we need a support for communists being about 30% of us. And unfortunately we do not have that yet. So I guess in the meantime we'll pick something else. We will pick... Ah yes. So you can demand New Zealand over here. Or you can demand New Zealand down here. So don't worry. People have been saying, oh, you've got to go one way or the other to get New Zealand. There are multiple ways we can do that. Anyway, back over here. Western Australian Government Railway. We'll add the infrastructure. And modify government. There's not enough world tension or anything to change the economy, because I would love to change the economy. Don't get me wrong, this is something that would be very beneficial to us, but, no. Theorist we could do, naval theorist, air warfare, no. Infantry genius. I mean, infantry genius is pretty damn good, and we will totally want Arthur Allen. 15% attack, 20% defense, that is amazing. But right now it's not a priority. We need to focus on getting ourselves up to speed. So, we could go for, like, infantry equipment designer. But again, we're not researching that. Political advisor. Aha, communist revolutionary. That's what we need. Lance Sharkey. Communism on the rise. While the workers rise up, their oppressors around the world, those who claim to have achieved class consciousness in Australia, sit idly by and wait for change to come within a political system so thoroughly corrupt, only revolution could save us from it. Ooh. Okay. So speak new voices of the Australian Communist Movement, referring to the rule of labour as a dictatorship of the bourgeoisie. They have begun calling for it to be brought out of power by any means necessary. Okay, there may be people in the government, or there may be, you know, the people must seek support from the people. I'm going to go with people in the government. It tends to be the one I go for, because it's nice to have, you know, people in the government go, cool, let's just switch to communist, rather than going, yeah, let's do a massive coup. doesn't tend to work out as well in my experience. We must be getting up, though, with support for communists now. 11%. Each day is going up by about 0.3. So we've got 0.2 from that, and then 0.1 from the advisor we just got. So yeah, that is a very nice increase. Still need to get to about 30% though to be able to do the next step. And yep, Republican Spain is being absolutely trounced as per usual. It might be nice to see a bit of variation here. Like maybe like Nationalist Spain doesn't join the Axis. Maybe it stays neutral. I don't know. Right, we've got our second tier construction. Yeah, we want the production efficiency cap. We kind of need that. Right now, we don't even have enough guns to go around the people we have, let alone trying to hire anyone else. How much are we down? No, we do have guns. Okay. Call me surprised. You were surprised, sir? Well, there we go, I did ask for it. Silent workhorse. Political power gain. I think they've decreased the price of him from 150 down to 100. Yeah, they've rebalanced a few of these. You're probably worth it. But I can't actually get you. You're locked out because I haven't supported appeasement. Everybody else is out of my range. Smooth Talking Charmer is the only one I can possibly get. And you know what? I'm not that interested in the Smooth Talking Charmer. So, why are you complaining about this? This is your experience, right? Yeah, we actually have enough guns. This is your experience bar. Doop, 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 doop. Well, you know what? We should probably just train you. But we will also recruit some more infantry. We don't quite have enough rifles to go for one. Well, we'll train one then, nonetheless. Ooh, look at that. Training. Okay. It's going to be about 20 days before we've got the ability to switch to communist... not switch to communist, sorry. Get the next communist tier. Unless we have an event to fire. This is what we want. Delegation to China, which requires 30%. And then Australia leaves the Allies. Becomes 3. Okay. So, given it's only going to be 20 days, I'm still going to dive and grab one of these. So we either get a building slot in a military factory, or we get 2 civilian factories. Honestly, I need civilian factories. Really do. We've not got enough. How are we doing that training? Getting up there. Ooh. Market sympathies in government. We'll keep a close eye on them too, for many reasons. Okay. If public support is high enough, a coup can be executed. And I've almost trained up to max. Or at least max what you can do with training, of course. You can get a lot more by actually doing combat experience. Right. Mechanical computing. 10% off on the radio. It's like a you know, a special offer. It's like, oh, 20% off on the radio today. Lovely. We're going to have to work on land doctrines pretty early on. Even though I only have a few slots, I kind of think it's going to be a 50% off, though. That's because of our research, yeah. Because of our, what's it called? Research group. Because the other members of the Commonwealth have already got this researched. We're going to be breaking from them fairly shortly. So yeah, let's quickly grab this. Definitely a time to grab those things. And I think Siam will have to be my next target. Improve machine tools. Love it. Factory output. Max factories in a state. Yes. We should check around in case there's anything that's got like buffs. That's a 10% buff. 20% buff. 10% buff. No buff. 10% buff. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 10% on the next land doctrine. Screw that. RT. Again, anti-air buff. Armor. A 30% on the light tank. Now, our industry is never going to be able to handle a light tank. Not right now. Not for quite the considerable period of time. Not never, but certainly not anywhere soon. Motorized, which is actually the Ford F30 AP. Ooh, how lovely. Huh, and it's no longer mechanized 3. Bren carrier, universal carrier, Windsor carrier. Huh. Cool. We are... It's very tempting to go for motorized, because we will need that. But there is only a 10% buff. And there are buffs we can get to motorized in our focus tree. So I'm actually just going to say we go concentrate industry. Got to make sure we get our industry on early on. Right. Lovely. Experience 3.25 and going nowhere. At some point we will add the ability to use artillery to our infantry, but that might be a little way off. Yeah, their combat width is also really, really large. Right, completed that. Hindenburg disaster. Oh, the humanity. Poor Hindenburg. However, we are now 33% communist. It is time to send a delegation to China. Hello, People's Republic of China. How are you today? Political power is getting higher. More tension still. I'm hoping this finishes so that we can get some more tension, like change our civilian economy. But doesn't seem to be the case right now. I'm going to hold on to that political power. I'm going to need it. Might need to break 3 from UK, to be honest. Oh, there's the Vicker and Stokes mortar and machine gun or whatever it was. What was it? Ah, yeah, the Vickers MG and the Stokes mortar. So yeah, that's our nice buff to pretty much all infantry. Paratroopers, cavalry, mechanized motor. Yeah, pretty much all the things. Right. We're going to need to pick up... I'm not going to pick up industry. Not for another couple of years. I mean, I would consider picking up one of these, but they take a while, and I've only got a couple of slots, and I don't want to waste some slots and something like that. So... buff to artillery would be great, but we don't actually have any experience. We're going to pick up light tank, because we have the 30% bonus, we won't have that for long. And eventually we will want to produce tanks. Not right now, but eventually. Mostly because I don't have any good options. Okay, got plenty of infantry equipment to the point where I think we could actually build. And by build, I mean, you know, train. Add unit. Wait, we don't have enough manpower. Oh dear God. Okay, we'll do 1. We don't have enough manpower to go any further forwards right now. Alright, make sure you train up. Delegation to China, 20 days left. We might actually be communist very shortly. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. Quite the achievement. Well done. Breed faster. We need people to breed like Ruse. Is that a thing? Pax Americana. Looking to the conflicts of our continents, Franklin Delano Roosevelt has announced a new foreign policy program intending to keep the peace at home. Any government on the American continent may appeal to the United States for military protection should they feel threatened by their neighbors. While not a guarantee of any particular state, the desire for peace in America is no longer just a dream, but an official American policy. You are guaranteeing the independence of pretty much everyone over there. Great. Well, we now have our delegation over to China. Hi. How you doing? Having fun? Normal China? No. Communist China? Yeah. Cool. I don't know what that really got us. Cool. Coming to the cause, however, is the beginning of stuff. So, this is we leave the Allies. Soviet Union like us. And the People's Republic of China actually likes us more. Oh, sweet. This is when we actually start going it alone. So this will be interesting to see. Ooh! Army experience is up! So we're going to quickly edit this infantry division. And I'm going to just make it slightly more, like, well laid out. So we're 18 wide. We're going to just spend a little bit to reduce it to 20 wide. Because most combats you fight are in a width of 80. And by having 20, you've got a multiple. 4 20s make 80, so you can get 4 units in wide. And this will also free up a bit of manpower, so by saving that... There we go, we get a bit of manpower back. I mean, not much. But for us, that's doubled our manpower that we had available. In terms of someone like Britain, or Germany, or God forbid the Soviet Union, that's basically nothing. They go through that in about a few minutes, not even an in-game hour. And you are trained. Right, we can get one more unit in. Alright, concentrate industry 2. Nice, I will take that. And I believe the next thing to do is probably to pick a land doctrine. So we can do mass assault. But, since we are going to be in the area of rubber, because we're going to be taking Siam and the area around that, it might be advisable to go for something that actually could use rubber, which would be the Blitzkrieg. So I don't think today is the time for the mass assault doctrine. As much as I would like it to be a thing. I really would like it to be a thing. I mean, effective partisans, for a start, that's useless to me. If people take part of mainland Australia, we're basically dead. I mean, the infantry recovery rate is pretty nice. Organization is pretty nice. Infantry combat width. How many does it take to get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whereas this takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not a lot extra. I'm going to go... And it's going to be controversial. But I think we're going to have major industry problems. Enough that I'm going to go mass assault doctrine, even though I don't have enough people to do mass assault. Controversial, I know, but at least it's communist, right? Well, it's not really, it's Soviet Union. And I guess if you're British Raj, it'd be a great one to take because you've got people. Probably the same for China. We don't have people. But we don't have industry, more to the point. The September Revolution, the notion that the communist movement represents people has certainly gotten wind in sales in Australia, where the public support for the Communist Party increased rapidly in the past months. But those who call for revolution are no longer a disparate collection of guerrillas and disgruntled labour unions. The group behind the call for revolt is organised enough to form a government if they succeed. Nevertheless, if the revolt started now, it would hardly be executed without launching Australia into a civil war. Should the revolutionaries risk tearing the nation in two to satisfy their impatience, or wait for a better opportunity? And also communists execute coup. While the popular movement for the communist revolution to be loud and terrifying, a certain section of the political movement has been largely quiet and waiting. What is now our today, the Labour leadership and the army were bracing for revolt on national scale. A number of officials in the Australian government swiftly placed John Curtin under house arrest and entered negotiations with the rebels. Oh. The coup has been finished before anyone could move to stop it, and those who are now imprisoned, exiled, or executed by the new regime. Okay. We can wait, and I guess the tides of history will sweep away the past? Bam! Australian People's Republic. Pretty cool flag. Richard Dixon in charge. And technically, we actually have a lesser majority than Labour. Okay, we're getting up to the point where we can be 3. Not that we need to worry about that, because that will actually be coming very shortly with our next focus tree thing. I like the flag. Okay, you need to join up. Commitment to the cause. And with that, we are now free. We're not in a faction. And we are completely free to do our own thing. Hi. Soviet Union. Can I join your faction? No, why not? I'm gonna have to improve relations with you. Where is China? There we go. An aggression pact. You can break the pact if you have 200% of the amount of visions. Okay, so this is like limitations on what you can do with a non-aggression pact. I honestly am tempted to say that we go for a non-aggression pact. And the same with you. Okay, they're getting close. So, like, I think they need to be positive. So we need to be about 2 more points, and then they will actually accept us. And then we can join Comintern a proper. Now, how do I justify a war goal? So that would last a while. We could do it. Siam. More expensive, but would take a little bit longer. I think we've got to pick off something that we can definitely chew. As much as I would like to pick on you. Unfortunately, Dominion of United Kingdom is not really going to be particularly helpful to us in that circumstance. I want to pick on someone at least we could possibly take over. Which, of course, is, well, there's not many of them. In all honesty. Sadly, everyone around here is a colony of some kind. What I'm thinking is we target... I'm assuming you're a... not Dominion of anyone. Huh. Because you are a very nice area for resources. This place is incredibly resource rich. Incredibly. And I know I was talking about, 70 over here being very important. There's also a, 900 here and 100 here in terms of rubber. And, there's rubber down here, etc. as well. So 70 is enough to make us favorable, but it doesn't really provide much to anyone else. It doesn't really give us an export. This makes us able to basically be self-sustaining and export a lot of stuff. This, I think, has to be our target. Uh-oh. However, this is a core state for the People's Republic of China. You win some, you lose some. Sorry, People's Republic of China. You're just going to have to deal with this bit. Sure. Let's begin our claim. Marco Polo Bridge incident. Okay, Japan is getting a little bit tetchy. Are we still training someone? Yes. Okay. What I want you to do is to... Ooh, spearhead. Okay, we're going to have to look about that later on. We need to do a naval invasion. Up to there. How many seasons do we have to go through? 3, I think. So, to take this place, we probably want to target here, because it's got a lot of ports around there. There's also a port here, so we'll grab you. You. Now, of course, if this fails, we're kind of screwed. And that will need 1 C-Zone, 2 C-Zone, 3. Yeah, so we can do that. Right, so direct support. We get max volunteer divisions plus 3. Divisions required for sending minus 100%, blah, blah, blah. Or indirect support, which grants factory output for... Ooh. So the indirect support is meant to be you provide weapons to the enemy of, like, someone you hate. So you'd be like, yeah, sure, here's a load of weapons. But we could actually just use this. It grants a factory output. And honestly, I'm totally down with using that for us. That said, direct support feeds into Workers' Paradise, right? And that is, we can create our own faction. Threat against the people requires Workers' Paradise. Is not in a faction with Japan. So that allows us to get a war goal against Japan. Whereas this, we get a research group with the Soviet Union. Honestly, I'm going to be able to get a focus against Japan. It would just cost me. So I don't mind about that. I'm actually going to go with Comintern. I think I need it. I can't really go it alone, as tempting as that would be. So we're going to go indirect support route, especially because... the factory output plus 20% is going to be really beneficial to us. However, this is probably a good place to end this episode. A little bit of a longer episode, but we have accomplished a lot. We have almost got to the point where we can join. Still not there. Close, but not there. Eventually we'll be able to join. And then they will love us forever. But then we'll be able to join Comintern. Once we've joined Comintern, we should be in a good position to actually start off with some warring. And I'm just hoping that China doesn't manage to absorb all of its satellite states before we manage to go to war against Clique. My hope is that we can go to war with Clique and we can get this fight locked down very early on. They do have an 85% national unity, but they have not much in the way of defense. At least that's what I suspect. I'm not certain. That does worry me a little bit. That said, with Japan breathing down China's neck, we have to be at least somewhat worried about that one. I've been EnterElysium. If you've liked, you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. But of course, until next time, please do leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what the plan is, or how badly you think I'm going to do. And then I can hopefully try and exceed your expectations. So make sure they're low. Until next time, though, stay shiny.